Right, I'm going to show you to make some cheap crabs. So it's halibut. No, it's not. It's cod. Most people use halibut, but I'm using cod because that's all I can get. It's $10 worth of cod here. They're cut into 1-inch cubes and seasoned with salt and pepper. And I didn't use any pepper because I haven't got any. And then you take a big pot of water and put half a cup of, well, 3/4 of a cup of sugar in there, and some lemon. There's a 3/4 of a lemon in there, and then you bring that to the boil. It'll be a nice rolling boil. And while I'm doing that, I'm making some garlic butter. So I've got 3/4 of a stick of butter and 6 cloves of garlic, which I've smashed up, or I've cut up in small pieces. Put it on a very low heat. Let that melt down a bit. You might see a bit of skin in there. I like a bit of skin. It's nice to have some skin on skin sometimes. So now we've got to wait for a nice boil, and then the trick is, once you put the fish in the water, you don't mess with it. So you just put it in the water and it'll cook on its own. And you'll know when it's cooked because it starts floating. So there we are. It's starting to boil now. So we'll just put this fish in. And try and keep it boiling if you can. So just go slowly with it. This fish is a bit cold. I can't turn the gas up anymore. That's it. I think the garlic butter's doing well. Don't let that burn, because there's nothing worse than burnt butter. It's looking good. Like I say, you'll know when it's cooked because you start floating. I've got to put them all in because I don't have any refrigeration. We don't use that fresh anyway. It's Canadian cod. So I don't know, but it was, did I say 10 or 19? I thought it said 10. Yeah, 10. 10.35. That probably cost you 20-30 quid in crab. That's that amount of meat. I mean dollars. I'm in America now. So there we are. Turn the butter off. And we just wait. I used to have, oh, there it is. Put this little delivery here, which I can hook it up with when it's cooked. I'm going to put it back. Back in the tray that it came from. With a bit of. Some people like to count the pieces. Then they know when it's time to stop fishing. But here's what it is. So there we are. Now you get a bit of scum coming on the water. You can either spoon that off and throw it away, or just leave it, it'll disappear. So I'm just going to leave it. So you don't do that. You don't stir the fish. You just let the fish do what it wants to do, and eventually it will float to the top. Just moving the scum out of the way. Now you've got to keep an eye on it because it might boil over. It might chunks of that scum off. So, took some scum off. And they're trying to come to the surface. They're starting to try and swim. Let me get that out of your way so you can see what's going on. I'm not the best cameraman in the world. I'm looking for an assistant. If anybody out there wants to help me, give me a shout, because I am looking for an assistant. And don't forget to like this video, but most important of all, subscribe and tell your friends. That way I get counted, and as soon as I get 1,000 subscribers, I think it is, I can start making a penny for every 100 views. So I'll be a millionaire by Christmas, with a bit of luck. I don't think so though. So just make sure you subscribe. It doesn't cost anything, but it does count for the channel, because they think it's robots watching all the time. Probably most of the time it is. But if you subscribe, you're not a robot, and they know you're a real person then, so they'll give me credit for it. I'm also on TikTok. I'm not sure how that works either. That's new, early days. But it's easier to get followers on TikTok. I got like over 1,000 followers already, and I got 58 on this channel. And this has been going for 4 years. TikTok's been going for like a week. There we are. So if I knew how to edit videos, I could chop it here and show you the finished result, but I don't know how to edit videos, so this is going to be a bit of a long thing. It's probably another 5 minutes, I should think. So I might try and just cut the middle out, because I think there's a way of doing that which is a bit easier than adding 2 or 3 videos together, I hope. So I'll keep it going and we'll see what happens. Make sure you use a big pan and you half fill it with water, because it's going to boil over, otherwise it'll make a mess. I like to keep my stove very, very clean most of the time, except when I'm using it. Difficult at sea, especially when you're jumping around in a swell. That's why I got all big pans. My frying pan, that's my frying pan. Because a small frying pan, the lip's too small and it just jumps over the side and can burn you. Anyway, so I think the garlic butter's done. As you can see, it's starting to get to the top. There's a way of stopping it with a metal spoon, and that's what you can do with milk. I'm not sure about water and cod. And like I say, most people use halibut. Any white fish will do, any chunky white fish. You can cut into inch squares, cubes. And it's got to be like meaty and flaky. So I'm not really a fish expert, but I'm sure maybe you can send me some comments if you like. Tell me what good fish to use and we'll try it next time. Yeah. Right, well the foam's starting to die down now. That's always, but remember, don't stir it. Resist the temptation to stir it, because it'll just break into pieces. So I might put out two videos. One the full length, because I don't know how to edit it, and then the next one I'll edit it, so it'll make it a little bit easier to watch, if I can edit it. I'm sure there's a way. Yeah, I'm sure there's a way. Anybody working on? Anybody swimming yet? Oh, I think there's one. No, it's a lemon. The lemons are swimming. They're starting to come to the top. Difficult to see with all this foam everywhere. Well, let's say those are done. At least that one anyway. That one's done because I hooked it out. Wow. Yeah, it does taste like crab, sweet crab. So half a cup of sugar, pot of water. And some lime, lemon. Not very good swimmers these, are they? Maybe this pieces are too small. It's not the best of fish. There's a couple of cheap fillets from the supermarket. Past his sell-by date, I think, as well. They can go in the butter. So remember, you've got to serve this hot. It might be served cold. I'll turn that off. It's getting a bit hot in here now. Turn that off. We can see who's floating now and who's not. Put all the floaters out. Put them in the butter. Don't know what you can do with that water. Maybe you can make a soup out of it. I don't know. Maybe somebody can tell me in the comments. What can I do with that? Apart from throw it away. Anyway, there we are. Crab. Poor man's crab.